Have you ever noticed that some women create an instant, deep connection with men without saying much at all? Have you wondered why certain women seem to effortlessly make men feel understood, valued, and emotionally safe, all through something completely silent? Today, we talk about the one silent secret that creates profound emotional bonding, a power that becomes even more potent as we mature and learn to communicate beyond words. What I'm about to share with you isn't about manipulation or playing games. This is about tapping into an ancient feminine power that transcends age, looks, or circumstances. A power that speaks directly to the deepest part of a man's soul without uttering a single word. Before we reveal this life-changing secret, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. This information has transformed countless relationships, and I want to make sure you don't miss any of these powerful insights. The beautiful truth is this: the most profound connections happen not through what we say, but through how we make others feel in our presence. And at our age, we possess this power more fully than we ever have before. As Maya Angelou said wisely, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. The silent secret that creates unbreakable bonds with men is what I call conscious emotional attunement. The ability to mirror and respond to someone's emotional state without words, creating a sense of being truly seen and understood at the deepest level. This isn't about agreeing with everything he says or losing yourself in his emotions. This is about becoming so present and emotionally intelligent that you can sense what he's feeling beneath his words and reflect back that understanding through your energy, body language, and silent responses. When a man feels truly seen and understood by a woman, not just heard, but genuinely felt and comprehended, it creates an addiction-like bond. He begins to crave your presence, because with you he feels safe to be vulnerable and completely himself. Caroline, a 59-year-old counselor, discovered this power when she simply listened with her whole being to a friend going through divorce. Instead of offering advice, I let my face reflect his pain, nodded when he needed validation, and stayed completely present. He told me afterward it was the most understood he had felt in years.
Number 1. The eyes that truly see. The first element of this silent power lies in your eyes. When he's speaking, your eyes don't just look at him, they truly see him. You're not planning your response or getting distracted. Your gaze reflects back the emotion you're receiving from him. If he's expressing frustration, your eyes show understanding of that frustration without trying to fix it. If he's sharing something he's proud of, your eyes light up with genuine appreciation. This creates what psychologists call emotional mirroring, one of the strongest bonding mechanisms known to human psychology. Margaret, a 64-year-old widow, explained, "When Thomas shared stories about his grandchildren, my genuine delight showed in my eyes before I ever said a word. He later told me that my eyes made him feel like his joy mattered to someone." The ancient saying, "the eyes are the windows to the soul," exists because it's profoundly true. When your eyes reflect authentic understanding and acceptance, you're speaking directly to his deepest need to be truly seen. Number 2. Body language that bonds. Your body becomes a silent communicator of emotional safety and understanding. This isn't about seductive body language, it's about responsive body language that shows you're emotionally present and attuned. Your body naturally leans toward him when he's sharing something important. Your posture opens to signal acceptance or adjusts to provide the emotional space he needs. Your hands might naturally reach out in comfort, or your shoulders might relax to signal that he's safe to be vulnerable. This unconscious mirroring satisfies men's deep need for emotional safety. Most men have learned that vulnerability leads to judgment or advice giving. When your body language communicates acceptance and understanding, you become his safe harbor. Susan, a 61-year-old teacher, noticed, "When my partner shared his concerns about retirement, I found myself unconsciously mirroring his slightly hunched posture, then gradually relaxing as he spoke, which seemed to help him relax too." He later said our conversation made him feel completely understood. If you're recognizing this power in yourself, or if you've experienced it from someone else, share your story in the comments below. This silent connection is more powerful than we often realize. Number 3, facial expressions that speak volumes. Your face becomes a mirror of emotional understanding, not mimicking his expressions, but reflecting your genuine response to his emotional state. A slight furrow of concern when he's worried, a soft smile when he's being playful, genuine sadness when he's sharing something painful. This facial responsiveness taps into our mirror neurons, brain cells that fire both when we experience emotions and when we observe others experiencing them. When you consciously respond facially to his emotional state, you create a neurological bond that transcends conscious thought. The key is authenticity. Men can sense when expressions are forced or performed, but when your facial responses come from genuine emotional attunement, it creates an almost magnetic pull.
Number 4, the power of strategic silence. Sometimes, the most powerful response is no verbal response at all. Strategic silence, knowing when not to speak, allows emotional moments to breathe and deepen rather than being interrupted by words that might break the connection. This doesn't mean being passive or disengaged. It means being so present that you can sense when words would enhance the moment versus when silence would honor it more fully. Many women, especially nurturing women our age, feel compelled to fill emotional spaces with comfort, advice, or reassurance. But sometimes a man needs to feel his emotions fully in the presence of someone who can witness them without trying to change them. Robert, a 67-year-old widower, described this perfectly. "When I shared my grief about losing my wife, Sandra didn't try to make me feel better or tell me it would get easier. She just sat with me in that pain. Her silent presence was more healing than any words could have been." As the Buddha taught, silence is not empty. It is full of answers. Your silent presence can provide answers to emotional needs that words cannot address. Number 5, energetic matching and regulation. This is the most sophisticated element of silent bonding. The ability to match and then gently regulate someone's emotional energy through your own energetic presence. If he's agitated, you can match that energy initially to show understanding, then gradually calm your own energy, which often helps him find calm as well. If he's excited, you can match his enthusiasm, validating his joy. If he's vulnerable, you can create an energy of safety and acceptance around that vulnerability. This isn't about becoming responsible for his emotions. It's about using your mature emotional wisdom to create an environment where he can process his feelings safely. Helen, a 63-year-old retired nurse, explained this. "After decades of helping people through difficult medical situations, I learned that sometimes my calm energy could help others find their own calm. I started applying this in personal relationships, and the bonding effect was remarkable." Women naturally excel at this energetic attunement, and with age comes the wisdom to use this power consciously and appropriately. Have you ever experienced this kind of silent understanding? How did it make you feel? Share your experiences in the comments. Your story might help another woman recognize her own power.
Number 6. Intuitive responsiveness. The final element is trusting your feminine intuition to guide your silent responses. At our age, we've developed highly sophisticated emotional intelligence that allows us to sense what someone needs in the moment. Comfort, encouragement, space, or simply acknowledgement. This intuitive responsiveness goes beyond learned techniques. It's about trusting the wisdom you've accumulated through decades of relationships, mothering, friendships, and life experiences. Your intuition often knows exactly what someone needs before your conscious mind figures it out. This might mean intuitively knowing when to maintain eye contact and when to give someone space to feel their emotions privately. It might mean sensing when a gentle touch on the arm would be comforting versus when physical space is needed. Barbara, a 66-year-old grandmother, shared, "I started trusting my instincts about what people needed emotionally. Sometimes I'd feel drawn to simply sit closer. Other times, to give them physical space while maintaining emotional presence. Men began telling me I had an unusual ability to make them feel understood." The ancient Chinese concept of Wu Wei, effortless action, applies perfectly here. When you trust your intuition, your responses feel effortless and natural, which makes them even more powerful and bonding.
These 6 elements work together to satisfy men's 3 deepest emotional needs: the need to be seen, the need for emotional safety, and the need for acceptance. When you provide these through silent attunement, you become irreplaceable in his emotional world. Most men spend their lives wearing masks: the successful professional, the strong provider, the problem solver. When you see through those masks to the real person underneath and respond appropriately without judgment, it creates profound relief and connection. This silent understanding also creates what psychologists call secure attachment, the feeling that someone truly knows and accepts you. This type of bonding is addictive in the healthiest way possible. Once a man experiences this level of understanding, he craves more of it. Thomas, a 69-year-old retired executive, explained, "In my 45-year career, I was always the one with answers, solutions, strength. With Patricia, I could share my uncertainties, my fears about aging, my excitement about new dreams. Her silent responses told me that all of me was acceptable. I'd never experienced that level of acceptance." Here's why this silent power becomes more potent as we mature. Life experience has taught us emotional wisdom that younger women simply don't possess yet. We've learned to distinguish between our emotions and others. We've developed the patience to truly listen rather than immediately react. We've gained the confidence to be present with difficult emotions without trying to fix them. We understand that sometimes the greatest gift we can give someone is witnessing their experience without judgment. This emotional maturity, combined with our natural feminine intuition, creates a powerful combination that mature men find irresistible. We're not performing, we're simply being fully present with our accumulated wisdom and compassion. As Carl Jung observed, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. By our 50s, 60s, and beyond, we've had enough life experience to become authentically ourselves, which makes our emotional attunement more genuine and powerful.
If this doesn't come naturally, here's how to strengthen this ability. Practice mindful presence by putting away distractions when someone is speaking. Listen to emotions, not just words. Tune into the feeling beneath the story. Trust your intuition about what someone needs in the moment. Practice non-verbal validation through appropriate eye contact, gentle nods, and responsive body language. Most importantly, remember that this power comes from genuine caring and emotional maturity, not from technique alone. The more authentically you care about understanding others, the more naturally these responses will flow. Janet, a 60-year-old counselor, shared, "I started practicing complete presence with everyone, my adult children, friends, even strangers. When I focused on truly understanding their emotional experience and responding appropriately without words, it transformed all my relationships." These 6 elements of silent bonding, seeing eyes, responsive body language, expressive face, strategic silence, energetic attunement, and intuitive responses, work together to create something magical. A man feels completely understood and accepted in your presence. This isn't about losing yourself or becoming responsible for his emotions. It's about using your mature feminine wisdom to create emotional connection that transcends words. When you master this silent secret, you become the woman men think about when they're not with you, the one they want to share their deepest thoughts with, the one they can't imagine living without. Remember, this silent power isn't about manipulation or control. It's about honoring the profound connection that's possible between two people when one person truly sees and accepts the other. At our age, we have the emotional wisdom to offer this gift authentically. The right man won't just appreciate this understanding, he'll treasure it. He'll recognize that he's found something rare and precious, a woman who sees his soul and accepts all of what she finds there. If this resonated with you, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Share this with a friend who might need to remember her own power to create deep connection. Tell me in the comments, which of these 6 elements comes most naturally to you? Which one would you like to develop more fully? Your insights might help another woman discover her own silent power. Remember, you possess ancient feminine wisdom that becomes more powerful with age and experience. Trust that wisdom and watch how it transforms your connections with others.